So how does that get tracked? So you're a radio.
Yeah.
No one can be seriously listening to the radio. Hey, ab baja, mere ko payment de.
Welcome to Shoppers Stop. Today we have 20% sale on men's arrivals.
But back in the day when you had Channel V, MTV, how are they getting these TRPs?
Channel V had an exclusive deal with him.
Okay.
That video would only play on Channel V and not go to MTV.
Vidya Balan, if you can come on the Pineapple podcast and confirm this, we would be very happy. Can someone break into this industry if you don't have a reference?
That's a very important question.
How do you know you have a good or a bad sense of music? Welcome to another episode of the Pineapple podcast. When was the last time you entered a shop or watched a web series and thought, damn, this music was awesome? Today we get to hear from Sunita Vinod, a journey woman whose music defines her. And when I say defines her, she is responsible for curating and programming. What does that mean? Find out on the Pineapple podcast. Anytime an artist has created musical content, anytime that content is used anywhere, how can that artist make money? What are some things in a contract they should pay attention to? What are some licenses that they need to pay attention to? Let's find out and learn from Sunita Vinod. Welcome to one more episode of the Pineapple Podcast. You might be looking around wondering why we are still shooting in my house. Yes, there is some construction activity happening at the studio. We are unfortunately back in the original studio. And today we have with us a curator and a programmer. But before we touch on that, I have to tell you guys how today started for Sunita. Sunita, how did today start for you?
Beautifully.
Sunita was in church and her mother-in-law was a little under the weather today, and she decided to send me a message saying, Krishna, we can't shoot. Let's cancel for today. And then what happened?
As usual, Krishna didn't answer my call, so I dropped him a voice note, which again he didn't listen. And while I was about doing my thing, I get a message saying that your cab is arriving in 6 minutes. So to my credit, at least being a woman, I get dressed in 5. I'm down in 6. And I'm not even going to the closest place which he promised that we are shooting, and I come 44 minutes away from my house.
Which brings us to a much more deeper question. What do we do when Krishna doesn't listen to good advice when people tell him important things? He just completely blanks out.
In my defense, we were shooting with another guest. I didn't have my phone. I didn't know what had happened, but credit to you that you're like, fine, let's just quickly deleted the message she sent me, put on, dressed in 6 minutes, boarded the taxi and reached here in 44 minutes.
Yes.
The original studio is a little closer to her house and my actual house is further away. So we're very sorry for that. But thank you for coming. Our curating and programming expert of the last 20 years. Sunita, what is curating and programming?
Yeah, the first thing that I always get when I tell people I'm a programmer is that they think I'm very intelligent. I've done all computer science because that's the idea of being a programmer. But this has nothing to do with it because my father has still not figured why I get paid for doing something like this. Curating and programming just means that trying to have the knowledge of all the content which is out there, which could be music, could be movies, whatever content that's out there, and you know how to club them into a playlist so that people can view that. So content which is already there, but you're rehashing the content in different playlists and presenting it.
What's a playlist here when you're talking?
So playlist, if you open up Spotify, you see something like rainy playlist, or you'll
mood-based,
see
okay.
Mood-based playlist, but I go even deeper than that. I have hiccup playlists. You all should listen to it. I'll share sometime. All the songs where the singer has hiccuped while singing.
Give me one example. I never knew of a song or a singer hiccup.
I mean, Hitchki, that one song that she sings. What is that? Who's that heroine in Pushpa? She was there in one Hindi movie with Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes. Rashmika.
So she has one song called Hitchki that is there. Asha Bhosle has hiccuped in a couple of songs.
Which song?
I can't remember right now. This one I'll tell you. Asha Bhosle has hiccuped in Lagli Hitchki.
Intentionally.
The song is that. I'm saying that the kind of curation I do, it's very different. I mean, like, the song demands a hiccup from the singer or in the act. So Neelam with Chunky Pandey. I don't know if anybody's watched that film. I have Aagi Aag, Lagli Hichki Lagli, that song. She hiccups in it and that song is there in it. So I have a couple of songs like that. I recently posted something on LinkedIn of songs where the song always starts with a whistle.
Nice.
So, yeah, so I do those kind of curation. But yes, generally playlist is anything that you pick up a theme or an idea. You make like a workout playlist, or you make like a let's go for a drive playlist. All those kind of stuff. So curation is basically that.
It's so weird. It was the first time I actually met Sunita and we had a conversation. We were in a meeting or something, and I was randomly making a joke about this song called Towel Mein Bahar Jaogi To Halla Mach Jayega.
Okay.
And no one was laughing because no one knew that song.
Context.
She burst out laughing and not only told me which movie it's from, who are the actors in that song, and knew the entire song.
Juhi Chawla and Anil Kapoor.
So you must be
Rishi Kapoor.
Towel mein
Rishi Kapoor.
Rishi Kapoor.
Rishi
So
Kapoor.
you must
But
Anil Kapoor has that मैं माल गाड़ी तू धक्का लगा with
so,
Juhi.
how do you know these songs? How much time have you spent on Z Cinema?
No, wait, hold on. This is such an enviable job for so many people to get paid to do this.
I get that. My father is still trying to figure out, because I'm a Mallu. In Malayalis, we can either be doctors, nurses, or we can be engineers. He's always asked me, pays you to do this? Because I have been only watching movies, listening to music, and this is my hobby, which has become my job.
How did it start? So when did you first? What was the first time you made money off this?
First, I've done all the media, so I've covered all media. I started with print because I thought I was very good in conceptualizing for ads.
Okay.
Okay, so I started being a copywriter first. So I did a 9-month, 10-month stint
What
as
does a copywriter typically do?
Copywriter is somebody who writes the copy for the print ads.
Okay.
So like if there is Kisan Jam, so you write whatever the
What
lines
will
are
happen
there.
in the ad?
Yeah, there
you
is a
write.
body copy, there's a headline.
Okay.
There's something that the text that you read in the print ad.
Okay.
So that is what the copywriter writes.
Okay.
So that is what I was doing. I thought I was brilliant in doing that, but I figured I wasn't brilliant. And to my credit, I always know when I'm not good and I move on. But the job that fell in my lap was accidentally. One of my friends just called up and saying that, do you want to join a production house? This is a radio production house, and it's
What year is this?
probably in 2000 something.
2000.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, early
Okay.
2000s. So that's when I joined Banyan Tree Production, which was run by Anish Trivedi and Deepika Roy. I don't know if
No.
I've
Anish
heard about Banyan Productions.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Anish
why should we know these
Trivedi
people?
was a radio jockey for Go FM, which used to be English then.
Yes. I've
And he
heard
dropped the moment all the radio channels were turning Hindi. He just bid farewell. He was my favorite job because he was only sarcastic to listeners who called in. That was his unique
trait.
unique talent that
You
he
guys
had.
don't know why I'm laughing,
I'm
but
called-
I know. She
No,
likes
I'm called
sarcastic
Cactus.
people.
I'm called Cactus. My friends have very lovingly named me Cactus because whenever I give them a response, it stings. So not stings.
She didn't plan to wear
stings.
this outfit, just accidentally cactus. But
Oh, yeah.
But go ahead.
Suddenly I
So
should say that I'm a
you
cactus.
joined the
Banyan Tree Communications, and what my job was to listen to music and to program them. And there are hosted shows and non-hosted shows. Hosted shows are where you have radio jockeys.
Okay.
Okay, you'll have jockeys, and non-hosted shows are where you just curate back-to-back playlists. Means songs.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
like you go. I'm just trying to make the mess.
Yes.
You go to a club where the DJ has arrived, and the first curated place is when he's swapping the songs, and otherwise you go and there's no DJ. There's just a list playing in the background, one song after the other, right?
So this will not be DJing at all. This will be for radio production houses,
Okay.
where these are recorded shows that go to. So we had a Bay of area at there we had an online radio. Then I'm talking
Okay.
about the early 2000s. I used to program for something which was online, which was in the Bay Area. That and plus
Bay Area is
we
in San
used to-
Francisco.
Yes.
Okay.
So there, those were all hosted shows. So I was the producer of the show, so my job was to come up with different thematic shows. So I had something called as Moody Mood. So every episode would be on a particular mood. Like today I feel like eating pan, so all the playlists, the songs on that
Who tells you what
playlist,
the mood is?
I decide because I'm the producer. So I come up with that and I send the playlist to the radio jockey. And when I send it to them, they write the script. And then I read through the script. I make sure that there's nothing which is obscene or any of those kind of stuff. And then they come into the studio. So we book the studio, then they record. Then it's mixed. Like he or she will say a link, the song is played, say a link, song is played. And then after the whole packaging is done, I listen to the whole song, that there is nothing which is left. There's no space. Everything is edited well. Then there's an intro, outro, because the show has a intro, outro. And then you listen to the whole thing. It's packaged. It's dumped onto a CD and it is sent out to them.
So I
that
feel
is
like
how it
we've
used to
skipped a
happen.
step. So you're joining Banyan Tree. What did you know about the job role when you applied? And how were you interviewed? What did they tell you have to do?
Nothing. They said, do you listen to music? I said, yes. What all language do you listen to? And it always helps if you're from the South, because they never get people who understand the South side of music.
Okay.
So, and if you are from one place, you tend to listen to the others also.
Yes.
Me being from Kerala, it was very obvious for me to listen to Tamil, Telugu, also Kannada. So I used to listen to all of this and I had an idea of music. I don't have to understand. You need to have a good sense of music, whether it's a good song or a bad song. So that's all that you need.
How do you know you have a good or a bad sense of music? How does the interviewer know, rather?
That's what I said. So all my interviews in so many years, 20 years, I would say, has been very bizarre. My Channel V interview was even more bizarre because first let's finish back. Communication. So this was with Anish. Anish just asked, do you listen to music? I said, yes. What all languages do you understand? I said, English, Hindi. Being in Maharashtra, born and brought up in Maharashtra, it's easier to understand Marathi, Gujarati, and Bengali a little
Do
bit
you
because
speak
I have
these
friends.
languages?
I can speak Marathi a little bit. My husband told me not to speak because I'll get arrested. So I do not fluently speak Marathi and in public, but I can understand, speak. But when it comes to music, it's a different understanding for me. I don't really have to understand the lyrics, but I get an idea that they are not abusing. That much I have because I do that research. I make sure of all of those kind of stuff.
So
and that
were
was
you
it.
hired as a producer?
Yes, I was
Straight away you
hired
were a
straight
producer?
away as a producer, and I went to that interview not knowing what am I supposed to do. And when he said that you have to listen to music, I said, okay, I can join right now because that is what I do. So if Spotify ever calculates how many hours of music I listen to, they should hire me. They still haven't, but they should hire me because I listen to that many hours of music.
Okay, I just have a slightly long question, giving you a heads up. So when you say I can listen to music and do it well, right? My opinion, it's very subjective. It's like, I'm just going to use I'm wearing this shirt and pant. I love it. He may say your dressing sense is horrible. Few people may like it, few people don't. So even you, right? There are some songs which really get you and I just don't. So is it, in your opinion, is that what is good music? Is that subjective, or do a large number of people subscribe to what is a good tune or not? And if there are any parameters, maybe musicians know the rhythm, the rhyme, the tune. What according to you would you call good music?
So anything that is out there in the market, I think it is good, bad, ugly all together in that sense. But as a curator, it took me some time to understand that I am not making a playlist for me.
Okay.
I am making a playlist for somebody who is sitting or shopping in Shoppers Stop. So what kind of people are there in Shoppers Stop? What kind of, are they middle class? Are they, from where are they coming? What kind of music would they listen to? So we, at Banyan Tree Communications, we used to send out music to in-flight, like Air India and Kingfisher Airlines, everywhere. So we had in-flight radio, we had in-store radio, we had hotels and we had a lot of stores like Chharag Din. If you say Chharag Din mein kya chal raha hai? If you say Dampukt hotel, the Dampukt restaurant, what kind of music can you give there? So everywhere it's different. So if I gave something in Taj Hotel, it's basically lounge music. It cannot be Kishore Kumar singing
Yeah.
over there, because that's not the kind of people who are sitting there. Even if they are, they love to behave very elite. So you put something loungish over there. So ideally, that music has to complement the place it is being played in. And that is where the curator comes in, where your knowledge of the fact that you listen to not one specific genre, but you listen to so many different genres, that when you are told that now you are curating for Chhagan, so then you curate it like that. If you're curating for Kingfisher Airlines, you curate it like that. And you also make sure your language is like that, the radio jockey's language. So you make sure that the language of the script is also correct when they are recording. So the producer's job is to make sure that you are nailing your audience. So that is how you curate. As far as music is concerned, like you said, what's on my playlist is definitely not what somebody can listen to. I listen to very different music, and I listen to my moods. If I'm angry, I have an angry playlist. If I'm sad, I have a sadder playlist. I have those kind of things. So, I mean, if I say Kabban Mirza is what I listen to when I feel sad, a lot of people don't know who he is.
I don't know.
So that's what I said. So you will, the one who wrote for Razia Sultan.
Oh.
So then, because people don't listen, but I can't curate what I like for somebody else. I have to curate depending on where it is playing. So it's very important for me to understand my target audience. Who is there? Shoppers Stop, shopping. Fine. So you want to just prolong the fact that people, when the atmosphere is good and you enjoy, you just need to prolong that. So you package it well and send. And in shop, and what we do is, in between of this, you also have these links falling for sale.
Yeah.
So like, so we used to do those also. I used to do those links also.
How?
20% sale.
You voiced it?
Yes. Shoppers Stop. Welcome to Shoppers Stop. Today we have 20% sale on men's arrivals. So we used to do that. So those links are also dropped in between, because these are all done. So,
But why did you do them?
because sometimes hiring a radio jockey becomes difficult. So if you can do it, you do it. So that is something that you do it.
You did that really well. So why didn't you ever explore radio jockeying as a career?
Because I was busy being
Curator.
a producer and enjoying
So
myself. But
which pays more?
I did become a radio jockey for the Bay of Area, and my show was called PJ, DJ or RJ. My links were only PJs. I would invite from all my listeners, I would get them to send it to me. So I was not even writing my script. I would get thousands of jokes. I would just read. I would take which is my link.
So this is not recorded, right? This is live. You're live
No,
being
this
a...
is recorded and
this is
it is sent across to them and they listen to it.
So how do you get the jokes in? One day before?
Get the email.
Email it.
They email it to me and I curate it. I curate my script also from what they send it to me, and I use it and rehash it. It was fun.
I never knew this existed as a career. Just to make some people jealous, what are the salaries in this area?
So it can go up to 16 to 25 to whatever lakhs if you want.
Seriously?
Yes. And a radio jockey, in one of the radio station that I worked in, my drive time jock would get just 7 lakhs a month. That was then.
7 lakhs a
A
month.
month in early 2000s.
For being a drive time jock, which is only from 7 to 11, not whole day.
Drive time, literally when you're on the drive. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can
Is there much pressure with the job?
see, it all depends on how you take it, because yes, when it comes to media, everything is number games. If you're in television, it's your television reports that come in. If it's radio, then there are RAM reports. If there are digital, there are again reports that come in, and you're always competing with other producers and other avenues that are up there. Like when I worked in Channel V, it was important that my ratings were more than MTV or VH1. So it was important because I was programming for Channel V. So it becomes very important because every Monday you're waiting for that TAM reports to come in and to see
What is it called?
Television Audience Metrics.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what that was where I was going next. You know, I've always heard about these TRP ratings, right? So in the field we are in today, in today's digital world where everyone is watching via YouTube, laptop, it's easier for us to find out how many people are viewing this.
Yes.
But back in the day when you had Channel V, MTV, How are they getting these TRPs? How did you know who was watching which channel it
From
was?
little knowledge that I have then is like, I don't know if it ever happened. There were this chota black box which cable operators would fix in certain houses.
Okay, I'm not
Okay,
aware.
so I've been one of those people when I have those box, and that box actually tries to
Records,
see
okay.
records a male is watching or a female is watching, what age they are in,
It's a
because
camera in the box.
no, you have to key in those things.
Achha.
Just how in Netflix now I can make 5 profiles.
Yeah.
Kids, my profile, my husband profile, everybody's profile, granny's profile, you can make like that. So they know what your age group is and who's watching.
Okay.
But then I think you had to key these things in first from the remote, and then you're watching and it would key in. There was another way to get your channel also popular, is when you pay that area's cable operator, and they would bump your channel up. So whatever comes first is what everybody watches.
Yeah.
Nobody goes through the trouble of going to the 10th channel.
That makes sense. You're always scrolling next.
Yes.
You reach a set of channels which were all the music channels. So you reach the first one, good chance you're stopping there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go to the next one. That
So
makes sense.
you basically paid the cable operator to be the first music channel when you're going for music. But I'm not saying anything here, whether who did what, I don't know.
It's an option.
It's
an option.
It's an option. That's
So
something
banyan
that you
tree.
did.
Banyan tree say channel V. How did we get there?
I think I got tired of just radio. Then I moved to visual. This was also just a call like that, just like somebody who was working with me at Banyan Tree. Now she's a very popular radio jockey, but she's in Pune. Her name is Meenal. So she shifted as programmer to Channel V, and she was leaving. She was going to join Radio 1, I think, in Pune. She said, would you want to come here? I said, okay. And guess who my reporting boss was? Luke Kenny. You know Luke Kenny?
He doesn't know Luke.
I
You don't know Luke Kenny. So Luke Kenny, the guy who dies in Rock On
Oh,
with
The guy
cancer.
who was on the keyboard.
That was
right?
his first film and he made his life miserable. जैसे कि पहली picture मिली और मर गए आप और heroine भी नहीं मिली. So we made his life miserable on that one. But either ways, so Luke was my boss, and Luke's interview was also like, when can you join? I said tomorrow. Okay.
What did he
That's it.
ask you?
Nothing. He said, when can you join?
So what do they know about you when you come to interview?
So
The
he's
reputation
taken
is
the
aware?
load from Meenal. Yeah. So Meenal knows that she knows music. and
Can
she's
someone
good.
break into this industry if you don't have a reference?
That's a very important question, which right now I think only reference works. And I must have changed a lot of jobs, but I've never got any from the so-called websites that are there. I've never got any. Everything I've got from somebody who's worked with me prior and who's vouched for me, and they've just taken me. So I've never had a hardcore interview. Nobody's ever quizzed me on do you know this or do you know that? What is
but you
trending?
know, that's the thing. I mean, I'm just thinking, what could interview questions for this line of work be? Because a lot of it is on how you handle situations there, right? So how do I interview you for that?
Let's say Mario wants to join. What did you ask him?
First of all, I need to see what kind of music he listens to.
Mario, who's your favorite artist?
Rachmaninoff.
What?
You haven't heard of Rachmaninoff, so let's move on.
You just took some random.
No, he's the Russian piano music composer. Amazing if you haven't heard him.
So he listens to
So
Russian.
I guess I can take him up for Western classical and
Oh, yeah,
jazz
that's
playlist and everything. The moment he says something like that, I know that I can literally give him only that. I will not tell him to ever do Bollywood playlist. I cannot even
So
think
that's
of it.
interesting. So
So
I'm inferring
initially,
you.
when I did, I would do everything. Now the job has become very like, what is your expertise? Is it Western classical? Is it Telugu? Is it Kannada? Now it's like one person knowing everything is not good, because now they're going into deep dive into those particular genres, particular style. So if you say underground music, grunge music, nobody knows. So someone from that dance playlist who listens to dance and listens to underground, listens to lounge, who can easily tell you that this is disco, this is not, this is, you need that speciality now. So that now the chances of curators have gone up. If you see even for Geosauban or any such places, they have not one person. Now they have like 10 people doing different languages, different genres.
It's amazing. We still have people doing this. Despite the fact that there's AI which can do it, there's still people doing it. I'm guessing there's a part where the automation really has limits. I mean,
No, but I think Spotify in that case, I would say is it's a tech people running music, so it's mainly on algorithms.
Yeah.
They're mainly on algorithms. So I think I'm not sure, they may have lesser
but
editorial.
if I see, right, they'll have things like the 80s playlist, the 90s playlist, right? But can they really go as specific as you follow a certain mood?
So
right?
if you see
that's
any app like this, you will first find a lot of algorithm curated playlist also, like Rain playlist. So when they feed in the metadata is something. Now I'm writing the track title, I'm writing the artist's name, I'm writing the year it was released in, I'm writing the label it belongs to, and a lot of other things I'm attaching, and some tags.
Okay.
It has rain, it has it's a solo, it's a male voice only. All of those tags I attach to the same song. So when you're curating,
at what point are these tags attached to the song?
When you're uploading the songs and then you upload the metadata. This is the metadata. They should have all the possible information. So once you do that, now algorithm wise, you can actually say that, let's generate an 80s playlist. But you can again put sub things where you are saying that I want 80s playlist, but only male voice. You can put all of those and then AI just generates it for you. At the same time, you'll also see editorial playlists which is created by the person. So they will spend some time and make something which is different, so that whoever is listening to it can understand that, you can listen to music differently also, mood wise and everything. So there will always be an editorial section everywhere, but rest of it is all algorithm, because you can't really create an 80s playlist and think that I know all the 80s songs.
How do artists make money off these playlists? Because you're taking their songs. Do they get paid for you taking their songs? Especially in a radio environment.
Yeah.
Once a movie is releasing, they just give you the songs, right? And maybe for the promotional, they let you play for free. But years later, a retro, and you're playing their songs, do they ever get paid for it?
So initially, what used to happen is artists would get paid one time. Like musicians also. Like let's say R.D. Burman is doing a film, he said he must be like 50,000 mein I'll do the music for so and so film, and he gets his 50,000 rupiah and he leaves.
Okay.
And he's given you the music, and all the rights are owned by that particular label.
Yep.
Everything goes to the label. But slowly and steadily, the artist here, sorry.
You want us to turn down the AC?
I'm good. Slowly and steadily, the artists here have also realized that why are they making continuously money over something?
How do they continuously make money?
Because every time it plays, they get money.
So how does that get tracked? So you're a radio.
Yeah.
No one can be seriously listening to the radio. Hey, ab baja, mere ko payment de.
Okay, so something that I think a lot of people are not aware is that there are royalty collection societies. There is IPRS, which is Indian Performing Rights Society. There is PPL, which if I pronounce it wrong, it can sound something else. So I'll go slowly. Phonographic performance. If you got it. And there is ISRA, which is Indian Singers Rights Association. Then you also have, so these are three societies which collect. I think there are more societies if your song is being played internationally also. These are in here, I'm saying about IPRS and PPL and ISRA, which is in India. So any artist, if this is for all the independent artists which are budding right now and they do not sign through any label, they release it also on their own label. This is for them. If you are doing all of this, you have to be member of all these three, of IPRS, PPL,
paid
as
membership.
Well as ISRA. Yes, it's paid membership. You can also give in your content and all the metadata very clearly, or you can go to these distributors. There are DistroKid, Believe, TuneCore. These are all distributors who take your content and for you, they do the admin job. They send it out they distribute it to all these DSPs, like the digital streaming services like Spotify, JioSaavn and everything. They stream it and they track it for you. So every time on Spotify somebody plays my song, I'm supposed to get a cut. if I am only registered.
This is interesting. I didn't know this.
Yes.
I thought
if I am registered, then that money comes to Spotify. Spotify will keep a cut and will also give me for every time somebody is listening to my song on Spotify.
But they have to be registered with these
I
three
have to be
entities.
registered.
Otherwise, Spotify can get away with not paying
All
them.
three, anyone.
Ideally, you should register in all three because everybody's job is different. So IPRS is when I think your music is played anywhere. The IPRS is mainly for singers and composers. Sorry, not singers. Composers and lyricists. So composers and lyricists have to anyway register in IPRS.
So composing matlab the tune, melody.
Music composers, music directors.
Music
The
director.
melody and the lyrics, they both are IP, intellectual property of those people.
Okay.
So if you register there, every time your song plays, so Prasun Joshi will also get paisa, Amit Trivedi will also get paisa. Because and it's a certain percentage, both of them will have, but they both will get paisa. At the same time, neighboring rights is where, again, this is for every time it's played in a public space. In a public space which includes radio, weddings, everywhere.
How do they know
Salons.
it's being played in the wedding?
Every DJ needs to have a license.
Oh,
yeah.
They have to take a license from IPRS and PPL. Because this is performance ke liye, which is public performance, and IPRS
And if
is
I am playing it, I usually play it via Spotify or YouTube or
that
something.
again, there's infringement of copyright.
No, but
if
hold
you're
on.
playing it in a public space for commercial benefit, if you're just playing it for yourself, it's fine.
If I'm not getting paid, I'm at my sister's wedding, I'm playing it from my Spotify. Spotify will pay them because I played it once according to Spotify. But commercially, it's still a loss for them. But
See, there are a lot of loopholes
There's a
in
loophole.
India because people don't walk into other people's wedding and see okay, who's playing.
Yeah.
But if you have a DJ, the DJ cannot play in any commercial establishment without license.
what about remixes?
So remixes, I can do it illegally also. Like, it's like I've given a house on rent, right? You are coming and taking my house, you're staying in my house, so you have to pay rent. If you're using my house. If you want to renovate my house, you are still paying rent, but you have to take my permission to renovate my house.
Correct.
So remix is that because content is mine, the actual content is mine, and you want to remix. You have to first take permission from the writer, from the composer, which you can take from IPRS if they are IPRS societies, or then also go to PPL because that is where the label is, because label owns the actual rights to the composition. That's the master rights of the master. So you have to take these two permissions before making a remix.
Silly question.
Yes.
Can the original author deny the request?
Of course, yes. If
Like
you
for
don't
instance,
want
somebody
it
is
to be-
making a remix of, and you know, in a lot of cases, remixes are better than the original song, right? So somebody says, I want, like there are some songs from Coldplay. Now other artists have started playing and make, right? No, I don't want.
Hey, that's covers. We'll come to
no,
that.
yeah, so-
remixes are you take kata laga
Yeah.
and you put
like
beats.
DJ Akil
DJ,
and
yeah.
you know all of that.
Those. So you're messing up with the original tune and adding something of your own creativity. That is a remix.
Yeah.
So, but you're saying that's mostly illegal, though, right?
It is illegal, but now the problem is the DJ is anyway not making money, irrespective of the fact that
There's
people
no
love
money
the
to
song.
get.
Why? Because the original rights still are with this writer, this composer, and this label. The money is still going to them.
Yeah.
All
Even
as
if you make a
DJ,
remix, they are getting paid for it.
if I have anyway not taken permission, I can make a remix. Okay, I've not taken permission from AR Rahman, I've not taken permission from Gulzar Saab to probably do Chaya Chaya Ka. I did. Okay, the remix. My remix is a hit. Instead of stopping me from playing that song, they will allow me to also. Why? Because they are making money. Because the original right still
But the
is
metadata
theirs.
is mine. I would have put that this is me and this is everything.
No, but it's remix. But when it comes to the IPRS and PPL society, you don't have the rights. When you don't have the rights, so all you end up being is a famous DJ.
It's a marketing front for them.
They use that
Yeah.
as promotion. So there has now come a time when they are like, मेरा गाना सुना क्या? Do na cover. Because they are like, maybe your cover will make my original song also a hit, or it may not make it hit. Your cover will become hit, but you're not making money. I'm only making money off you. So this is the best passive income that you can make if you get registered to the right societies and make sure that all your meta is clear, your content is covered. This is the best passive income you can.
Has this always been the case in India? These
I
societies?
think this was actually fought by Javed Saab.
Javed Akhtar sir?
Haan.
Okay.
I think it started only in some 2017-16 if I'm not mistaken.
2017?
Yeah.
Abhi, it's just started now. What happened in the 2000s?
बहुत लड़ाइयाँ हुआ थी. तो तभी वो one time payment होता था ना. So like these composers would be like, okay, I'll charge 2 lakhs. They get 2 lakhs and then they forget about it.
And then their song keeps playing, nothing happens.
So they are getting money, but who's getting money? The
Recording
publisher,
labels.
which is the label.
Yeah.
Sony is making money.
Hmm.
Also, this information was not there. It was not available for them. In fact, after IPRS and PPL came is when they also started ISRA. ISRA is probably even more newer. Which
one was ISRA again?
Singers Rights
Singers
Association.
Rights, okay.
So now, if Shreya Ghosal's song in her voice is played at a wedding, even she'll get money. So, ideally, in any public performance, if I'm going, I need these 3 licenses: ISRA, PPL, and IPRS. If by chance I do not have it and there is a raid or somebody knows that I played it without a license, they can actually just sue me. They can do whatever they feel like.
Ganpati people play. I'm pretty sure they don't have a license.
I don't think in India anybody messes with religion.
No, but for weddings, I think for weddings, that's one of the things which DJs check. This is a wedding, we need a license. Yes. Otherwise, if there's a raid and they find out that they could
stop. So a lot of establishments make sure that the DJ who's coming in has a license. So this was also like for eloquence and all also. You need to have a license if you're playing inside an establishment.
Did not know
so the hotel will ask for
it.
Do you have a license? So either you can also take, and you can take sometimes particularly for that one song also, instead of taking a blanket license. As far as radio and everything is concerned, they take a blanket license. And it is imperative for all these radio, television, everybody, they have to give the log end of the month.
Oh.
So they get a log on Monday 9/5. This song played, 9/10, this song played. So they calculate like that and then they distribute the money. And imagine you're not a member of any of this. Your song is being played, but from that only you are not registered. But your music, you were a writer, music composer is registered, label is registered, they will get the money. Or let's say none of you were registered. That money, the money which they can't send it to anyone, will get distributed to everybody equally, whoever is registered. So they are making money on your content also then. So
So are recording labels still as powerful as they are today as they were in the past? From what I hear, recording labels used to hog most of the money from artists, and ever since Napster and all came, it's all changed.
So recording label used to sign the artist. So whenever you heard Rahman, you knew that his music is under Sony. His music would never go to Universal or Times or T-Series because he was there. Then the label would sign.
Okay.
So they pay a hefty sum, but then they also own.
Yeah.
Like anywhere you perform, like even public performance or everything, they would take a cut. For everything, they would take a cut. But now the new age artists have all woken up saying, I don't want to be in that.
Yeah.
I am my own publisher.
Publisher.
I am only the label. So if I tomorrow sing a song, I am opening a label called Sunita. That's my label. So I am only the publisher. I am only the lyrics writer. I am only the composer. I am only the singer. And if I am registered in all these, all the checks are coming to me only. It's not going to anybody else. So people have become smart, but at the end of it, most of these independent artists also require these distributors, like I said, those DistroKid and everything, because it's very difficult for you. I can't send my song directly to JioSaavn. It has to go through a distributor. So finding the right distributor, because that distributor is also going to take a cut for his admin service that he's doing for you. But at least, see, all creative people are not good in admin. They cannot sit and track where my money is and how many times it played on this streaming platform or that, or did it get played on TV or all of that. They can't do that. They are not good at it. So best advice to them is to find the right distributor and hand it over to them. Do shorter contracts with them. Try to understand what are the cut they are taking. Do you get paid properly the way they said? Quarterly you'll get paid or monthly you'll get paid. Make sure that they are doing that. If they are not, change a distributor. Do not renew with them again and change a distributor. And there are enough distributors now over here for you to try, test and change. But you should do that. That's the best thing I can tell any independent artist.
Do you advise artists? Seem to know this. Would you be able to become a distributor on your own?
No, on my own, no. I mean, you need a lot of back-end softwares and everything for that. So not on my own, but yes, I have worked with a distributor organization also. That's why I have this knowledge, but I have never dealt with telling them why and how and everything. This is some knowledge that I anyway just gathered because I was working.
I had no idea this much was happening. So okay, back to our original story. Banyan Tree, Channel V, you're working with a god, and what happens after that?
I have worked then with also Red FM. I was the associate programming head at Red FM.
So let me take a rewind for a moment. So your graduation was in?
Arts.
Arts. You were an arts major. And your first job was in?
Oh, my first job was where I was promoting a film called The Whole 9 Yards, starring Bruce Willis, which was made in Hindi as Yamala Pagala Divana, which was horrendous. So, yeah, so I'm quite a character.
So that was your first job?
Yes. Where I thought I was a great writer, I wanted to do anything to do with media. In my 20s, I've never drifted away from media. I have always been in media. So I have done event management for movie. Then I've moved into writing, thinking that I'm a brilliant writer. Thankfully, I realized I'm not that brilliant. Then I moved into music, and then I've stuck with music. So either I'm with music or something to do with movies. Movies or music. Movies or music. That's all that I've been doing till now. And I don't have to ever bring work home. I don't take home to work because that's my hobby.
It's the same thing, yeah.
And yeah, wherever, like you said, if I tell people what do I do for a living and I say, yeah, listen to 8 hours of music, and they're like, you get paid for it? I said, yeah, I get paid to listen to 8 hours of music and say what to play.
Clearly, that's not all you do. We've just heard everything you do. So Red FM, so okay, where all have you been? So how was Red FM to work with, and is it the same job or did you try something new then?
No, there I was the associate programming head, and everywhere, actually what I have learned is that everywhere it's different. So when it is recorded music, people listen to it differently because they can't change the playlist. They're listening to what I only put.
Correct. Yeah.
So they have to bank on what I like also, or what I was trying to curate or create. Yeah. But I have to understand where it's going. So that is different. Television, where I had a little problem when I was in Channel V, is that I was still in my audio mode. Some of the songs, are very good to listen to. Yeah. But you don't want to watch it because you don't know who that person is. Like if there is Ayub Khan and Aisha Julka, you don't know who they are. But that song is very nice. Audio mein you connect to that song, but when it comes to video, you're first trying to figure out who is that person. So when it comes to video in Channel V, I had to actually dial down a bit and I said, dude, I need to now curate songs which look good visually. So your playlist now changes because now it's become a visual.
So until Channel V, you knew your music because you've heard it.
I've always heard music, and I think I should give credit to all my people I've bumped into initially. So being a Gulf Malayali's house, the first cassette that came to my house was Jim Reeves and ABBA. So I knew them back to back by heart. I would sing out everything. Then I was crazy about Michael Jackson. So that side came in. Then when I moved into slowly my Banyan Tree Communications, a lot of retro started happening. I would never listen to Hindi song. I thought Hindi was not good at all. I loved only English, Grammy Awards and all of that is what I heard. When I came to Banyan Tree and I started curating for Hindi, I was blown away with the kind of lyrics, Salil Chaudhary.
Beats mostly at the beats. Yeah.
And I think in Hindi I'm mostly blown away by lyrics than the tune. Yeah. I think the lyrics is what caught my attention, and I was introduced to a whole new genre or new kind of music. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, when he came...
Thank you.
he-
Brother-in-law, sister's husband. Thank you.
It can also be my husband's brother. Like that.
Okay.
In English, you don't say...
Did you just get
that.
foot and mouth syndrome?
Yes.
please.
I didn't realize. My bad.
Like in Hindi, you have that Sala and Fufa and Fufar. In English, everybody is uncle, auntie,
Brother-in-law.
or brother-in-law and sister-in-law. He would listen to a lot of country music, and then I got pulled over country music. So that is, I give the credit of the genres I know.
Country gospel.
So all the people in my life, I've listened because of all of, and my brother was a DJ, so I listened to a lot of remixes, a lot of...
So this is still listening to music. Now
Yes.
curating videos, where did you develop that?
Curating music, again, I've watched a lot of movies.
Ah.
From the time I was in school, you'll find out how old I am if I say this. I mean, those
Don't
regional language
be
movies,
tempted. He's getting at that. He's slowly edging there. Just
That's
beware
what I'll
about
even
it.
tell you. So, the regional
younger
movies
than
that
you.
would come in the afternoon,
She's younger than you, by the way. Go on.
no. Okay. So, the regional movies that used to come in the afternoon, I would watch all.
In
Whether it
which
is
channel?
Assamese, DD,
Ah.
Doordarshan, the moment that I'm there in front of the TV from that time onwards.
How old were you when you started watching movies? Do you remember what was the first movie you ever
Let
saw?
us not go into this age business again.
I did not you, man.
No.
So
I can't.
because Doordarshan even I watched,
Yeah.
and I watched this. So I remember I have a memory of always watching Doordarshan on 15th August or 2nd October, because there would be some independence related movie something, and my entire family would be huddled around to watch some patriotic movie that day.
I can narrate the Chaya Geet and Chitramala, like Nanna Munna Rahi Hu, Desh Ka Sipahi Hu, that Dilip Kumar's leader song. I can tell you that there was a Ratta Mara Hua playlist for patriotic. But I have seen Didi's comedy show, Lucy's comedy show. I've seen Tamas. I've seen...
Shanti.
I was just going to
Shanti's
come
way
to
later.
Shanti.
I started with Shanti.
I started with Shanti too. That's why I saw Pratima Bedi for the first time. Which
Mandira Bedi.
Mandira
Mandira
Bedi. Oh,
Pratibha Bedi.
God,
Shanti
Bedi.
Campus used to come. There's a show called
Campus
Campus.
Banegi Apni Baat.
Hum
Hum
Punch.
Punch, Big
I
by
love
Big.
that show, Saraf. One of my favorite people.
Oh, Vidya Balan was my classmate in college.
No one really.
she was a classmate.
My classmate in college. We did sociology.
Vidya Balan, if you can come on the Pineapple podcast and confirm this, we would be very happy. We want confirmation, your classmate. Photo dekha?
We were not that kind of friends. We were not that kind of friends.
So curating,
We existed in the same class.
Okay. Curating videos for Channel V.
Before that, on Channel V, right? So this is something which I found very strange. So I, much like you, I was so used to listening to music while doing my own chores, maybe studying. There's always this radio playing in the background of the house when
Yeah.
people are doing their own work. Now Channel V comes in. Now there's a screen. Now people have to watch the video. Now I'm not used to that. So in my house, what people were doing, they started putting the television on and going about their own work, which is different because now some people are, they're like, you're not watching this video. I'm like, no, I don't watch. I listen to it. But now there's this whole visual audio which is coming to. How did you take this?
So this took some time because visually I used to curate music and keep in everything, but then I also understood that this is what people used to do. They used to switch the television on and again treat it as a radio only because they're in the kitchen and they're listening to it now from television.
Yeah.
They would come in only if something new happens or their favorite actor's song came in, then they would probably come and peek in, is what I'm assuming. Also, then there was a huge competition. We tried to figure out when is the television really on like a radio. So that was again like the radio drive time. It was always the morning hours, like 9 to 11, anything. So then they started like ad-free hours. So there is only back-to-back videos, not a single ad that will play.
Did Channel V do that for the first time?
Channel V and MTV both were doing that. And we would go to the extent of looking at the reports and figuring out when is their break and probably not have a break at that time. So you do a study of the weekly reports. You sit and you literally stare at the Excel sheet and you figure out when should you not have a break. Because this is the time you are trying. So your report is so granular, it tells you when they switched from you to the next channel. Because the moment you put an ad, they went to MTV. And if at that point in time, they have something more exciting, they're not coming back.
It's interesting.
You have to sit and watch. So then I think slowly, steadily, nobody started putting ads. for that hour.
This makes sense. I
Yeah.
can imagine myself, right? So I'm hearing a song, an ad came. We do it while driving in a car. A song is played on a radio, right? And the song's finished and the RJ started talking. We could immediately just press the
Yes.
next channel. I do it so many times.
Yeah, everybody does that. No, you don't want to listen to what the radio jockey is saying, so you go to Radio Mirchi, then you go to Red FM, then you keep moving to Win. You just keep switching because you don't want to listen.
Yeah.
You want to listen to the song. So that started happening with television. So in the morning, when everyone went into the granular of the reports and everything, I think morning became ad free. And nobody would play an ad, then it was all like a battle between who had the best curated hours in that.
I'm guessing that works the other way. If you're saying morning goes ad free, then ad companies are probably chasing you saying, नहीं डालो ad, हम और पैसा देंगे.
नहीं तो वो नहीं लेते थे because at the end of it आपको TRP तो बढ़ाना ही है चैनल का. ठीक है, तो that you don't do. But what you do is you give them space in all your shows, your hosted
Banners
shows.
while in this thing.
Yeah, ticker will always run.
Okay.
A ticker can run. You can have an L-shaped ad that comes in because people are not sitting and watching.
Yeah.
They're using the television, now
television,
as
yeah.
radio. So you can do all of that. You can do, but no breaking from the music at all. You don't break that. And then, yes, the whole heavy traffic of ads goes down then post afternoon and mainly in the evening. So shows के time पे बहुत problem होता था. Like there would be probably a 20-minute segment of the show, but the 1 hour is covered
What
by
were you
ads.
curating at this point in Channel V? Were you curating for
Music.
shows or were you curating for the entire channel?
So you do the entire log.
One full day.
Yeah. So you have to account for each hour.
Okay.
Okay. So I put like the 60 minutes ka music, then it goes to the next. It's a colorful Excel sheet.
So you literally
it's
put
done in
60.
a software called RCS, radio computing software. So it's done on a software. You've put all the music, you've tagged them, but each label wise it would come colored for me. Like Sony is in a different color, T-Series in a different color. It's for me to also remember. So once upon a time, if you tell me a song, I know which label it belongs to because it was by heart.
Was it a different payment to Sony, different payment to T-Series?
Yeah, that will depend on the deal that they did, the contract
Okay.
that they did for the music.
Okay.
How many songs you're taking 500 songs for this much money, or you're picking the songs. So I would also get to pick songs. Sometimes if they say, no, I need to have these songs, then they would take that into consideration and probably get it. So that also we used to do. So that was also done. So what happens over here is you keep curating music. 60 minutes it touches the mark, then you go to 60 because you're curating for 24 hours. Shows don't come up in the morning. Shows come up as segments. So segment 1 is when you're talking like this. This becomes one segment and it's for a 10-minute segment. And post that, then the ads go in. So you always leave space for the ads. You just put the links and then it goes to the traffic department who puts the ads. Then that accounts to 1 hour. So usually it would always overrun in the evening because you're trying to make up the fact that there was no ad in the morning. Then down niche, there would be a real fight. Sometimes one show would start at 8, but it would never end at 9. It would end at 9, 10. Then everything keep pushing because they pay for that particular hour for that because 9 o'clock is when it's TV time.
This is my stupid brain thinking. But let's say there's that song from Chupke Chupke where Sharmila Tagore has this white sari which she's wearing. Immediately after that ad, they want to run a Nirma ad because connectivity. Does that happen? Connecting the ad to the song?
So you can do that, but there is no connection between the programmer, which is me,
Correct.
and the traffic department.
So that's
I'm
never
not
happened.
talking to them. So that is, we don't put it there. We don't put it there at all. So,
but
but
I'm
can
telling
we
you,
do this? It is something that is a thing that you
मेरे को
can
royalty
do.
चाहिए.
No. But a lot of labels have their own rules and
Because I'm wondering,
regulations.
how does
Because they're like,
Spotify
आप
do it?
Mock नहीं कर सकते हो, लेकिन वो लोग वो allow नहीं करेंगे because Nirma is riding free on that song.
Yes.
So that they will not allow. You might as well put your ad in that song and pay them the royalty, for that song. They will not allow. Then that's a free ride. You're like, मतलब piggyback कर लिया, अरे सफेद साड़ी, tied, and then I ऐसे नहीं चली.
See, because if I don't have a Spotify membership, ads will play while I'm listening to music.
Yes.
I was wondering if those ads are connected to the music I'm listening to.
That has to be a deep dive into their algorithm and
I
AI.
want royalty. Whoever steals this idea from me.
Maybe AI will be.
AI can probably pick that up.
Okay, now.
So back to channel. Sorry, you were saying.
No, I have a connected but a little more silly question. Connected to the same point I said. When this whole music video thing came, we were so used to listening to music, right? Music is a background music. And now you have this whole music video where the tune and there's an activity of people dancing, which is not dancing, which sometimes could be very vulgar, which sometimes could be very romantic, right? Now, my question, who was the music video built for? Because music for me happens in the background. If I want to listen, I can close my eyes, but I enjoy it while doing something else. I don't stop and listen to music. I don't know how many people stop and listen to. But for a music video, you have to stop and watch, right? So the music video arrived, just since you worked in the music industry for so, who was this built for? Because you can watch a music video once. You don't go back and watch it again and again. Like how you listen to
videos I've seen
okay, maybe not all of them, or you don't stop your day. Oh, now is my music video watching time.
No. There are times when a particular video is playing, I will stop and watch just
for one. But that Michael Jackson's video had a grand opening on TV at 9 p.m.
Oh,
like Thriller and all of this. It would be dated and told that it is going to release on this channel at this time, and people would sit in to watch that because Michael Jackson's song is a movie. It's a short movie. Meatloaf also used to have this. He used to have...
Eminem had it. When Lose Yourself video came out.
They always have a story. It's like a movie. And watching. So, I mean, maybe you don't, but a lot of us sit to watch that video.
Okay, lift kara de. Adnan Sami's lift kara de. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it.
Maybe Guns N' Roses November Rain.
How many times I've seen it?
But these are few songs where you watch it once or twice, but it's a one or two. Okay, it's a few time watch, right? You don't, every time I'm listening to Guns N' or November Rain, I don't need to watch that, right?
So Guns N' Roses is different. That's what I said. No, genre-wise, it's different. I may not listen to Guns N' Roses to watch it, but I will listen to it.
For instance, Kishore Kumar.
Slash is playing the guitar, I want to watch his fingers. Not that I can play guitar at all, but I would want to watch him
Mario,
do
to
it.
make your point worse, from when that song... Pom Posh coming from Hera Fairy, I'll watch the video.
Main ladki pom pom pom.
I will watch the video.
Okay, I'm going to ignore you now. I have a playlist like that also with stupid words like gapuchi gum gum. That kishiki kam kam. I know all these songs.
But we would. There are these random moments where you have to look up and be like, dude, this sounds awesome. And you will end up looking at it.
Okay. So to actually say more about your point, I do remember Ganesh Hegde, choreographer.
Yes.
He introduced one song where he sang, Uf Main Deewana.
He sang that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he sang that song.
He choreographed that song. Channel V had an exclusive deal with him.
Okay.
That video would only play on Channel V and not go to MTV.
Is it?
Yes. And this, you don't do a deal for a month or two. You just need to do it for 2 or 3 days. Because that song was a dancer's, treat to watch. Like Paula Abdul or Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, you would watch it because you want to watch the choreography. Not anything else. You want to watch the choreography.
In fact, I'm wondering, has that actor come in anything? The guy who danced in that song.
Ganesh Hegde.
No, Ganesh Hegde came in the end for a small cameo. But there was someone else who was dancing.
No, that was Ganesh Hegde and his crew, the whole song.
The person who was dancing in the opening, that's Ganesh Hegde?
I can't sing too much. It's too serious. We should not risk it. So yes, that was whole Ganesh Hegde. So that song, so it's a vision that you have. You watch the song and you know that you want for you. So in those 2-3 days only, we said, you know what we did? We only played that song. Whole day, there was only one song playing on Channel V. So this what happened is, even when people went to MTV, they were like, ye log kyun nahi baja rahe? And imagine there was a lot of problem carrying. Whole day if you play the same video, who's going to come and watch? Yeah. But people did. Because they were looking and fascinated by the way it was shot, the choreography, the whole arrangement of the music, everything. So people kept watching it. Even if for 2 days we played nothing. It was just this song and ad. The ads that we got for those 2 days was good enough to make money.
I
And
remember
the
this.
third
That song
day,
played a
third day
lot.
the song is released to everybody else. It's playing on 9XM or whatever
But
it is.
different people are logging on at different times, so it's reaching to a
people
wider
watch.
audience. So, a second question. Now, if you have a music video, right?
Yeah.
And versus just a song which does not have an attractive music video, just like a person. I mean, production costs are going to be obviously different. You're hiring a choreography, right? So, when it goes on air, how does the ROI work? Because, you spend so much money on building a music video and a scene and hiring people, and you have to telecast it more number of times to get the same returns, right? Is there something which has to work here? Because if I
see, basically over a period of time, when you keep looking at your reports, you tend to know that in the afternoon you can't play dance numbers, you want to play mellow numbers.
Okay.
Early in the morning or dawn time you want to play something which is probably a little bit more towards religious because they like it. Late night you try and play all the sensuous music because that is what people are watching.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. And then we can't talk about it. So all of that. So after you basically sit and read a lot of reports, you tend to understand this. So when you're playing the music, where you've not spent too much on production, is just one person sitting and singing with a guitar, it'll work beautifully in the early hours at 7 a.m. or something, or towards the afternoon. So that that this video will give you your ROI in this 2 times.
Okay.
But not in any other time. So you basically, as a programmer, you have to keep learning. Where is it dropping? Where is it not? What kind of music is working? What is not? And then you keep seeing it that way. But to a large extent, so if you see radio, in video what happens is, you start slow. And you build the momentum towards the evening. In radio, what happens is morning and evening, it's high energy because that's called drive time. When people are going to work, they don't want to listen to soya or songs, the song because you are trying to wake them up. But in the afternoon, you will find all that which nobody wants to listen to gets packed in the afternoon because you're like housewives are tuned in while they're cooking. That's the idea that people have. So it mellows down there. So every thing has a different way of programming, but over the years you learn through the reports that you're getting and you keep comparing it with your competitors. That's how you do. So if you've spent a lot of money in making a video or not, you'll still be watched, you'll still be heard. You just need to find the right time to place it.
Okay, with that I'm going to segue to a moment. I'm wondering where you are. Where were you when Napster came into the picture? Do you remember Napster?
Yes.
Yeah, and everybody was like, oh, this is the end of recording companies. We're doing peer-to-peer. Everybody's going to share their music. Nobody's going to because all this stuff is out there. And Napster's gone. Recording companies are still there. So
I think the most, everybody's worried that AI is coming and taking everybody's job.
Suno.ai.
But still have jobs. Suno AI has come, but I think a lot of royalties also, they've started now doing that. They are building in some softwares which can recognize what is AI generated. They are trying to segregate it, separate it, and that royalty will be separate. Because that was a concern for me also, like, hey, I'm not singing, I'm not spending any time. Because I made like this one song for my son when he turned 17. I just keyed in Suno AI. My son is turning 17. I want a song which is emotional or just telling about how grateful I am to have him. 2 minutes, I got 2 versions, one fast, one slow, one male, one female version. That's it. And I sent it to him. He said, Mama, you sang? I said, yeah. So he also thought that I sang it. So I'm like, so it was so easy. But yes, that was a concern to a lot of people, and that's why fighting a lot also. But AI is something that we can't fight now.
I'm happy to know that there is a way to still recover.
But
and it makes sense to me.
I did see recently some, I follow some royalty society groups and everything where they were saying that they are bringing in something that can segregate it. Or some royalty ways on how you can earn royalty on your AI music also. Because I did create it, right, after all. It did become viral.
It's a remix at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, not remix. I'm saying it's a new song.
It can't be, no, because AI has been trained on past music.
No,
so it's
but the
using
song that
something.
I made for my son is based on the emotion that I keyed in. That has never been on anyone else.
But the music it's generated must be from past music, right?
No,
AI can't create new music.
It's not. Because see, I'll tell you what, songs are also fingerprinted in the sense whether ये song का portion इस गाने में आ रहा है कि नहीं. Portion, like this is called sampling. So now you see a lot of Bollywood song which has chorus of a retro song, but not the whole song. They only take the chorus, right? So that time also again the same DJ thing. Here it happens. You again take permission from all three composers, writers, label, everybody. You take permission. But now since let's say the original song but belonged to Saregama, but now Sony is making it. But Sony's version also will make money. Will give money to Sony. Because a new writer was taken. They've only taken a sample of that song. They will get money for their version, but their contract is also saying that from our royalty, you will also get a cut. Because the original master is still yours.
So what about some music producers who, when you listen to the music, you know they've copied it from someone? That there's no chance that they've taken permission.
Who they can't be named like that.
Let's not name them for the sanctity of our pod. But everyone knows who they are and everyone knows the music.
So some of them do give credit. Like if you see Kal Ho Na Ho Ka Pretty Woman, I don't think you had to really give credit to Pretty Woman.
Roy Orbison, yeah.
But they did.
Oh,
Shankar
they did.
Ehsaan Lloyd did.
Because the song was so different.
Yes,
It's
the
so
song was
different.
No, but they did. But you and me both know who we're talking about. A lot of them who just carbon copied.
There are certain music composers who come right ahead and give credit. So
there's someone who's copied the Israeli national anthem. Google it and find out who.
I didn't say it. He said it. So there are a lot of songs like that. But after A.R. Rahman, they are copying our songs also. So I think
but someone must. The reason I brought that up is for AI is obviously trained on something.
Yeah.
It can't make its own content. It's trained on past content,
but
uses it to generate.
It's mixing it so beautifully that it doesn't belong to anyone.
It almost comes across as original now. It's coming across as very authentic. Yeah.
It's very authentic. So if I send you that song which I got played for my son, you can Shazam it and see.
You won't
You'll
find
never
you
find
won't
that
find
song. You'll never, not even a little.
Then I don't know how the royalties would work.
So they are doing something about it, but I don't know how this is going to help. I think, but music will never die. Everybody wants to listen to it. So
Do you think there's an appetite
money.
for an audience out there who wants this kind of segregation? We want to listen to music composed by original human artists. We don't want to listen to anything generated by AI.
So that is where the place that I was recently with Gungunalo is all about. It's basically invested by artists. It's for the artist, by the artist. And they've come with
democracy for music. I like it.
Democracy for music. So the split of the royalty is also more to the artist, less to the publisher.
Gungunalo is an app people can download?
Not yet.
Not
It's yet to launch. So it's completely like there are 42 artists, which includes composers, music directors, and singers. The top names. You can Google and find out the top names. To just tell you, the founder members are Shankar Mahadevan and Javed Saab.
Nice.
Yeah, so that in itself can tell you that.
Do you work directly with them?
Yes.
Really?
I was heading their content and helping them to get
You
it
met them
content.
and...
Like this.
Wow.
I went to Javed Saab's house.
So we have celebrities on the Pineapple Podcast now.
I know so many celebrities. I visited even Amir Khan's house when I was promoting Delhi Belly.
I've also visited Shah Rukh Khan's house. I didn't go inside. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, you stood outside the gate. Yeah.
Like that. So I'm going to write a blog where I've seen all of them, but they don't know me. I've seen all of them because at Red FM I've seen everybody.
They
Because
came.
when they would come for promotion, like from Amitabh Bachchan to Amir Khan to Salman Khan, everyone I've seen.
I can't imagine you fangirling over anyone. Who did you
I
fangirl?
don't have one
Not
photograph
a
with
single-
anyone. I've never stood with
I can't
anyone.
imagine. I'm trying to imagine who you would fangirl over. Maybe a Grammy
So I
Award
think
winner.
two people I really loved was Mahesh Manjrekar and Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt of all. Okay.
Yeah, for all the people. But Sanjay Dutt se kabhi I think he
Hey, Sanjay Dutt
once.
sang a song, na? He did sing a song once. Sanjay
He
Dutt.
sang
Which one?
Ye
The
Shivani, Tu Lagti Hai Nani.
that one, yes, but for also with strings in that. Ye hai meri kahani.
Ye hai meri kahani.
What did he sing that?
That one's voice only. Strings ka voice.
That's strings only.
That Bilal's voice is like
Acha.
that deep. I don't think it's Sanjay.
No, John Abraham has a monologue in it. No, not.
Probably.
John Abram has a monologue, not Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, but yeah, Shreyas Shivani.
Sanjay sang with Govinda also, na? Ye Bonu, tu janta nahi hai, whatever that song
I
is.
danced on it, remember?
Yeah, that one.
No, there is no video of this.
Yeah, Sanjay Dutt has sang songs for that.
So Sanjay Dutt came to promote which movie?
I don't think I have met Sanjay Dutt. But Mahesh Manjrekar I met at Banyan Tree Communications itself. He had come to record something in audio and I was candid. I sat with him and I said कि वास्तव बहुत बढ़िया बनाया आपने, वास्तव 2 अच्छा नहीं था. So he looked at me and said कि मेरी भी यही feeling है कि वास्तव 2 was not good. I said, okay, I just wanted to let you know that. So I've done that. So yeah, I don't expect him to remember me. I don't think he should also, but yeah, but I've done that.
He might. मैं वही छे जो बोली थी वास्तव 2 इतना अच्छा
When
नहीं.
Kailash Kher was famous, no, with the toota toota. He was sitting on our couch in Banyan Tree. None of us knew that was Kailash Kher, and we're playing his song while we are all working. All of us curators were all together, and loud on speaker, his song is playing, and he's sitting right there on the couch, and we're like, keep on. And after he left, we knew. That is Kailash Kher. He sang this song. Because that was a time when I think the only thing people saw were the actors. Nobody knew how a lyricist looked because nobody was on social media or no one. You never saw the singers. You only knew few of them. So that was really I felt really bad that we didn't know him. And we were like raving about his song. We're sitting there. Thankfully, we were all raving about his song. We were like raving about his song and sitting right there on the couch, waiting to go and record something in the studio.
You said you had one more very important term that youngsters should know, especially when they're getting into music.
So there's something called as sync licensing. Other than the royalties that you
can you spell it? Sync?
Sync, SYNC.
Okay.
Sync licensing. So this is something that again you can earn money from. Now how? Because your already produced music will now be either taken into an ad or a movie or a web series.
Example?
So the movie which I watched and I was traumatized for some time was the movie where Shahid and Kritika Sanon Kriti Sanon was a robot. I mean, I was traumatized for some days, but that has a song called Jane Aave, which is basically an already released song from a band called Mitras. And I've heard this song long time back and it was in my like list for the longest time. And when I saw it in this film and I was like, so they bought it from them. So sync licensing is something that a lot of indie artists can also explore. Trying to pitch your music.
How does one get a sync license?
So that is why sometimes get a distributor, is what I would say. Because the distributor's job is to market your content, help it come up in their playlist so that people listen to it in the editorial playlist which they make. That probably Friday new release, or if they put new Bollywood list. But if you talk to them and you pitch them that put this music here, new indie release, put my music here. If you are in the top 10, great. If you manage to crack that deal and place it. So a lot of distributors provide this as a additional work that they do for the indie artists when they send
This
their
is a
music
one-time
out.
fee for getting the license?
So distributors usually don't charge per song. They do a flat cut, like a percentage, 10, 15 odd % from whatever they make. Whether they're getting a payout quarterly or whatever, monthly, whatever it is, then they take 10% of whatever they're making or 15%. It depends from distributor to distributor what they take. Having said that, they will again help you. So they have a lot of connect inside Amazon or Netflix or anywhere else or film people. So when they talk to each other and they know what the concept is, how probably we are looking for some music, and then they pitch, why don't you try this artist? Why don't you try this artist? There are also people in the market who are doing this job. They only go and sell music. A lot of labels have a person who does this, trying to sell like Saregama music. If you are hearing a lot of retro music now in some of the new films and everything, new series, it depends on whether वो situation में वो गाना fit होता है कि नहीं.
Yeah, that reminds me.
It's about how you go and pitch it.
There's this movie with Abhishek Bachchan, Ludo.
हाँ.
that it made that one song very famous. Oh, Beta Ji.
हाँ.
Throughout the movie, they kept playing that song. I'm guessing no one has heard that song in years.
Yes.
Now it's become very famous. So,
So
will the person make money?
Saregama का है ना वो गाना.
Saregama will
So
make
they
money.
will make money. They will make money.
Okay.
And this sync licensing deal can also be negotiated individual terms में, that you can probably get 8 lakhs, say 1 crore also on that one song flat. Plus you can add in your contract probably royalty, that how many ever times Ludo is played on Netflix or on Amazon Prime, I will still get it because they get to the song and song is played. That. So it all depends on your contract. Read your contracts. None of the singers read their contracts. Read your contracts before signing it, because there's a lot of thing that is put in it which you don't even understand, because the words is too lawyered up and you will not understand it. So read it properly before you sign it, even if it is with a distributor. Yeah. So this sync licensing is one place where a lot of independent artists can actually make money.
So, so this works in some cases, right? For instance, if somebody gets a sync license to get their song into, let's say, a Netflix series or let's say a movie, right? So the movie's got its own original score and a whole bunch of music which is already pertaining to that whole film, and then you have a song coming in between like that, right? Which may be relevant for a moment or maybe for a scene, right?
Yeah.
So does this song get packaged in with that whole movie if there is a movie score? Let's say I want to hear all the songs from this movie or that scene. Does it stand alone on itself, or does it get bundled with
if
it?
It lands up in a web series.
Yeah.
So if you see there, if you see most of these streaming platforms, you will Hira Mandi is a
web series.
It's a web series of Sanjay Leela Bhansali. You will see the album of Hira Mandi. So there is some series called Gutargu which is famous. You will see the album of Gutargu.
Okay.
But Gutargu's album probably will have some indie artist, some movie song, whatever they had taken licenses off for it to be part of it. So now it's not only films that you can see or indie artists, you can also see web series albums in most of them. So they always look for it. There are a lot of stuff. I mean, like people only look for background scores also.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff have baggground scores and you want to only listen to
the background score, yeah.
So it all depends on how you curate it, how you do it, how you push it. Like in Malayalam, I think Sushin Sham and they have lovely background scores. So you would listen to an album which also has just the background score. So a lot of these things, they do package it and promote it separately. Like only his background scores or only this one's background scores. Everything is packaged separately. So you will also get web series like that album.
I know our editors were telling us this when we were adding music to our podcast. They had to specifically go and find freely available content.
Yes. There are license-free music.
Uh-huh.
So in my entire 20 years, I've also done an entrepreneurial stint where I had my own company called Brown Eyed Media Works, where I did in-store music for Tanishq. So all the stores of Tanishq of Pan India.
Oh.
So
what year was this?
Definitely before pandemic, maybe
so
2012.
2020, now only, okay.
Somewhere 2010, something like that.
What have you done in your life? Share everything you've done. You pretty much, I feel like I've grown up with your career. Radio, Channel V, Tanishq, for engagement for earrings for my wife. And now...
Must have heard the music.
I must have.
So for Tanishq and all, we were playing just instrumental music because that's the ask. You don't want to listen to some vocal coming in when you're trying to pick the right diamond or the right gold, something distracting you. So the music was very different. But what happens is then they have to pay the PPL license, the performance license, because it's being played for commercial benefit. Yes. You're doing it so that the customers are at ease and they shop better and they feel like sitting there longer. So whenever music is played in any commercial establishment, where it will enhance their business, you have to get a PPL license. Tanishq store needs a PPL license, an IPRS license.
Waiting music, call waiting music.
That is different. So every music that you send across, you send them the telephone thing also, whatever they can use. So that is a different license. Instagram takes a license. Everybody takes a license. They all have a blanket license. They have to take a license.
Editor raised his
Everyone
hand.
has to.
What happened?
Yeah, we do not use license-free music. We use licensed music. Pay the artist, Sally.
We use licensed music.
Yeah.
Okay.
We only use license.
So we actually use licensed music. I pay the artist.
You pay me, I take care of
Okay, I pay him. He pays. Thank God. I was like, who am I paying?
So you can just pick a music like that also. Like when I also make certain of my videos or whatever podcast I was making for something, I took license-free music. That is also downloadable. So there are a lot of people who make license-free music. So for Tanishq, when it was getting expensive for us, we were also suggesting that do you want to do license-free music? So there are a lot of places where you can actually, so you are paying a blanket license to the person who has the rights to the license-free music, but then you're not paying to each artist. I'm just paying to that aggregator, the aggregator who has all the license-free music. And what he does and how he pays to the artist is his deal with the artist. I am not coming in between all of that. I am just taking the license-free music from here and playing it here. In that case, then Tanishq doesn't have to even have IPRS license and PPL license.
Are these things taught in colleges, the music
No.
colleges, music schools?
Did you know that you cannot play music in any commercial establishment without having an IPRS and PPL license?
I did not
Like
know
your salon where you're going and cutting your hair, definitely you're listening to music
Yeah, yeah.
over there.
Only you and I will recognize which movie that's from. But
No, that is different. But they cannot play without a
they
PPL
play.
and IPRS
They
license.
all
But
play.
Everybody play.
All I hear in those salons are Bazigar, oh Bazigar. It's
You're going to the wrong
80s,
salon, bro. There are
80s,
some-
90s
You're going to a
music.
Dhupcha.
Not the. I mean, but it's for me, when you step into a saloon, it's like walking into a time machine. You only hear 80s, 90s. Of course, if you step into a Uber saloon, pay like 10x the price, then you'll probably hear.
One sec,
whatever
Pratik's
it is.
face is handing.
Yeah, so nowadays in film school, like the one that I am from, you are taught all of this.
IPRS license and all?
You taught about licensing of non-copyrighted songs, how to get a license, like where can you use particular type.
Which film school?
Like Whistling Woods.
Whistling Woods.
Whistling Woods.
I am from Parvati School of Cinematography. So we're taught all of this. I don't know if it was used to.
Did you know about the sync license?
Yes.
Okay.
So now I think they are teaching
Yeah,
everything because it's very imperative that they know.
Correct.
Because a lot of children now, what they think is like, गिटार उठा ले तो मैं भी singer बन जाऊंगा. You can't earn money. You cannot.
But YouTube, if you get streams and all, you still get paid.
But you're singing somebody else's song.
Yes.
So
They
that
will.
money is going to them. All you're getting is fame. That you can also sing. But you're not making money. You're not
If
making
I'm-
money because the original music belongs to somebody else.
But-
if they claim, they get it.
No, but the likes, after a certain number of likes, and won't they get something, or would you say even?
It all depends on how much traction you're giving them. I don't know what must have been the deal with Jonita Gandhi, because she became really famous by singing covers only on YouTube.
Yeah.
But she managed, I mean, she must have not earned when she was singing all these
Yeah.
covers. But she's now singing for A.R. Rahman. What more does she want? She got seen.
Yeah.
So it's all right. So nobody is now stopping people from singing covers. Because aap gao. Because for me, it's a promotion.
Yeah.
I'm not paying, but my song is getting promoted by somebody else. But that money is anyway coming to me, because even YouTube has a content ID. With that content ID, you take all the money. That person is not getting any money. Then you can do a deal. Probably if they're such good singers and they have million followers, you can do a deal that continue to sing my label ka song. And
So-
say, okay, you will get this much, I'll get this much. It's some individual negotiation that they can do.
So
Music, go ahead.
hypothetical question. So if somebody wants to get into music in today's world, right? If they can sing, and if they have all these options, what would your advice to them be? What should they do? What should they not do?
First of all, keep 10 to 15 years aside to get established, is what I
Okay.
would say. Do a job which pays you. Do all of those things also, and keep this as a hobby. And this is something that any person from the music industry would come in this forum called All About Music also says कि गिटार उठा के घर छोड़ के आ मत जाओ, आपका गाना आज फेमस नहीं होगा. That has very rarely happened. Like I've had the opportunity to meet Javed Saab. Javed Saab still remembers how he slept on railway station because he had nowhere to go. He had no money. This is a very long process. People think that fame comes like this. It doesn't happen like that. So get into it because your heart and soul is in it. But this is going to really take time. You sing covers, you get famous, you get your following. And I think nowadays more is on social media. Find a way to get viral once, maybe somebody will notice you. It's a big gift.
Piggyback on that story, there's these famous studios in opposite Mahalakshmi ke paas. There apparently in the 80s or 70s or 80s, Asha Bhosle and Kishore Kumar went in to sing something, and the person who was sitting there said, "आप दोनों को गाना आता ही नहीं है, निकलो यहाँ से." And they left, and Kishore Kumar was feeling really depressed, and Asha Bhosle said, "You sing very well, don't worry, आपका कुछ ना कुछ होगा." They had a vada pav somewhere outside. And then they met that guy later in another recording, and Kishore Kumar recognized him, and I was like, "Don't say anything. Let's just keep singing." Like Asha Bhosle and Kishore Kumar were told that you're not at that level yet. So
Amitabh Bachchan was turned down by
radio,
radio saying that आपकी आवाज अच्छी नहीं है.
Yeah, I heard
And then man can get paid just for voice. Kavita Krishnamurti was singing. She was not supposed to sing the song Hawa Hawai. That was supposed to be sung by either Lata ji or Asha ji. I don't know who was supposed to sing that. But she was singing just cover. मतलब arrangement सब बराबर है क्या देखने के लिए. She was just singing that. But they liked it. जैसे कि यही रखते हैं. उसमें if you notice, no, she's mispronounced one word. They've left it like that.
Which word?
I can't remember.
Okay, we'll Google it.
Google it. No, you have to listen to it actually. Listen to it. I don't think, because she mispronounced something and they didn't do it. Because see, then when they used to record, it was live music playing.
Yeah.
You can't go back to all the 10 violinists and all of those things. You can't recreate that magic. And the way she nailed it in that first singing was brilliant. So you just kept it. And she said also, मैंने ये mispronounce किया है. मैं कहूँ रहने दो, किसी का ध्यान नहीं जाएगा. वैसे
ध्यान गया नहीं. I don't know which it is. There is so much about the music industry, and I think I have learned a lot. I hope you guys have too. Fun fact, when Sunita agreed to come on board, she's like, क्या बोलूंगी मैं, मेरा सीधा content ही नहीं है. And if you guys see how long you've been watching this episode, she still has a lot more content we can offer. So we would love to have you back at some point whenever you're free. Again, I'll call you on a Saturday and just say, please come Sunday, we're shooting.
Just let me see a message that cab is arriving in 5 minutes. I'll be here.
Another episode in the books. Stay tuned. More episodes incoming. Have a fun evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.